folk band. We're
I think
traditional
it's
band.
actually put so much emphasis on the fact that U2 write protest music, or they say this or they say that. I think it's to do U2 a disservice. It's like Adam says, at the end of the day, we're a rock and roll band. People come along to see our gigs. Not all of them give a shit whether we were involved in Amnesty International. Want to come along and bang their heads, want to jump up and down, and that's as relevant. Now, they've got to be different. There's got to be different camps. I think that it's all the same thing. All of them come for the music. Some see further than that, but that's cool.
If we wanted to become politicians, we wouldn't have done it by being in a band. This is what we want to do first and foremost, is play music.
Bono, you've said that you can do what politicians can't do for an hour and a half, and that's unify people. So would you expand a little bit on that?
Yeah, I mean, where would you get? Where would you get 75,000 people who'd agree on anything? And yet, when we play, Giant Stadium or Sullivan Stadium or the Coliseum in Los Angeles, that's what you're going to get. I mean, they may be unified in the sense that they've just all decided they want to be there. And but I think that's something. I think that's something.
Now, with all this talk of your being, politically conscious and spiritually conscious, do you ever go home and wish you were just a band that they were after you for your sex appeal alone? Or
yeah, we're working on that at the moment. We're going to become a sort of trash band. And we were saying, if we could get into wrecking a few hotel rooms and driving a few Rolls Royces into a few swimming pools, might just, no.
Okay. Actually, we wanted to swap places with the Motley Crue just for a couple of weeks, just to see what it was like,
No, but that would be fun, too. I mean, does it get heavy for you? Does this halo get heavy?
The halo, man. The halo is so heavy. This halo is from Texas, and it's the right kind of halo to have.
I'm serious. Do you?
Yeah, but you are serious. See, this is the point.
Okay.
We're not serious in the sense people perceive us as very, very serious. They perceive us as this group that's taken on the weight of the world. You know what I mean? Like, we are having a really good time. This is not the group that's too stupid to enjoy being at number one. Yeah. Believe me.
It's almost cathartic. You go on stage and you sing a song like Sunday Bloody Sunday, but that has a great effect on you.
It's like they say about comedians. Comedians are real depressives.
Yeah.
They're really depressed. They go home. My grandfather was a comedian. He was the most morose man off stage. But it's like the opposite. We go out, we play rock and roll. Sure, it's hard-hitting, nail-biting stuff. But when we leave the stage and when we go out, and that's when we become the comedians.
You feel like you've just had a shower when you come off stage after a U2 gig. It's like this.
The other thing is
feedback from the audience.
Let me ask you this question, Rona. You don't ask these questions to filmmakers. I mean, Martin Scorsese makes, Apocalypse. No, it's Francis Ford Coppola, wasn't it? Martin Scorsese makes Taxi Driver, right? And it's a serious film. He's made a lot of serious movies, and but you don't expect him to be a kind of morose man just because that's the subject matter that interests him.
What it is that through a combination of circumstances, you have been passed on the mantle of moral authority.
But we don't want it. Here, you can have it. You take it. We don't want it.
So you're not too comfortable with that? I'm serious. It is serious. It's the way you're written.
Really? Sainthood, it's a bitch. I'm telling you.
So you would rather be seen as a broader rock and roll band with concerns?
We're just not. The difference between you two is just we're not stupid. That's all. Can't help it. Can't help not being stupid. Honestly, we're taking stupid lessons at the moment, just so as we can go out and play some dumb rock and roll, But it just you have to put on the suit that fits, and this is just the way we are. People can like it or lump it.
Adam, you're gonna.
I've actually forgotten what I was going to say.
He's taking stupid
lessons. Very important.
It's working.
It's working.
Slow. Yep. Your fans want to be identified with U2 as having a U2 kind of point of view. I read where there was a nightclub in Los Angeles, I'm sure you've read about, where they get together once a month.
Hey, that's very interesting. Celebration. They have this fan club. It's not an ordinary fan club. they're all around the country now. They don't just meet to sort of listen to U2 music or watch U2 videos. That's a part of it. But they're writing postcards for Amnesty International. They're sending off money to the third world. They're active. That's the biggest compliment you can pay U2, is to be active in your own way.
And they're made up of U2 fans.
Sure.
How would you describe, when you're up here on this stage looking out at an audience night after night, how do you describe the trust, the relationship between you and your audience? Because that's one of the things that's the most incredible thing about being out in an audience, is the relationship with you
The
guys.
basic relationship is, do what we say or else.
It's
I don't know what it's like.
that's a difficult one to answer, because we've only been in one band. This has always been our stage, if you like, and we've never been in the audience.
I've never been at a U2 gig.
You
I mean,
know?
I'd love to be at I've been there, but I've never seen one. I think our relationship with our audience is two-way, you know? That's it. The gig's as good as they want it to be, in a way.
In a way, I think what a lot of the people out there are getting is just a feeling of being out there together. And I think that's the effect that we have, is that we feel as if we're not on a stage, that we are a part of that audience as well. And maybe that they pick up on that.
One reviewer called a concert of yours more of a rally than a concert because of the feeling in the audience. Is that real for
A
you?
rally
all?
bike or a rally?
Political rally.
Oh, no.
You know, a rally where there was a unification of ideas.
I don't think you get that sort of unification at any political rally.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Or even religious one.
This is wow.
Now, up until this moment, there are certainly a lot of people who would
Bono
have
for
thought
president.
that you take yourself too seriously. Now, I can see you don't take yourself too seriously. So has that been kind of not accurate or not reflected in the press here in America?
It was true up until when I put my name up for the presidency in '88. We were seen as being taken ourselves far too seriously.
We take the music very seriously because we believe, it's worthy of attention, worthy of whatever praise it gets. But as far as taking ourselves seriously goes, we don't. We have a lot of fun.
Has that been a press creation then, from your point of view? I mean, all this heaviness
It's just
and
an easy
significance.
angle. It's just an easy angle to portray U2 in a certain sort of way, and there's many sides to U2. Like a diamond, there's all different angles.
I've read where you've talked about being very interested in the politics of love,
Sure.
which I think is very much at the foundation of U2. We elaborate a little bit on what that looks like to you.
Well, I'm interested in taking the writing about relationships onto another level, as I was saying earlier. Just what I call the politics of love. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard being in a relationship, Even everything's hard, actually. Even the air is hard. You know what I mean? I mean, H2O, how complicated can you get? No, I mean, that's just as a writer, that's where I want to go,
One of